Yeah, guys, so I want to come at you today real quick and show you a little project we're working on. We got about 35 days left till deer season in Georgia. I've been shooting a lot. Now, I got this, I think this is called, I don't remember. I can't remember what the brand of this is called. Anyways, this is a foam bow target that so I didn't buy this. I got it a few years ago from a buddy of mine when I first got into bow hunting. He actually bought this, and the whole middle of it was shot out when I got it, okay? It's pretty bad. It's in pretty bad shape, but it's been that way ever since I got it. And this target has sat outside the entire time I've had it. He actually contacted the owner of the company because they said that this wouldn't happen to these targets, and this was like one of their first ones, I think, that they had started producing, the company. He had it, when they first started doing this stuff, I think. But the company, the owner of the company actually come out and met him one day on our lunch break at work and looked at the target and was like, they shouldn't do that, even if you're shooting broadheads. And he hadn't really shot many broadheads into it. It was pretty much just field tips. But the guy said it still shouldn't do that. So he gave him a brand new replacement target and told him just to keep this old one or junk it, whatever. So he gave it to me. At the time, all I had was this yellow morel bag target. So anyways, this thing is so shot out now, even out to like 50, 60 yards. If you screw up and you hit anywhere around the center of that, it's not stopping an arrow. It's going all the way through it. I mean, you can look here. It's completely, there's a hole all the way through the center of this thing. Like you can see daylight all the way through it. It's like that going this way or this way. So what we're going to attempt to do today is I've got a can of this GE insulating foam, supposed to fill up to 1 inch to 3 inch cracks. I don't know. I usually get the gray foam, the red lid gray foam stuff, and that stuff works awesome for anything. I don't know if it'll work in this application or not, but I couldn't find the gray foam, so I bought this GE insulating foam. And in the picture, it looks pretty much just like the gray foam. It's not the white kind, but it looks like the great foam that I usually use. And then I got some plastic wrap. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the whole outside of this target in plastic wrap. Then we're going to poke some holes in the plastic wrap with this nozzle on this can. We're going to fill this joker full of spray foam. Let it set a few days and then come back and see if it holds. I don't know. We'll have to see. So, like I said, first thing we're going to do is pull our plastic wrap out here. Try to wrap around the outside of this thing. Said I have no idea if this is going to work at all. It's just an idea. That's not good. I figure, I know it's not the same kind of foam, but I'm hoping that it'll work anyways. The idea is we wrap this thing with this plastic wrap, and it'll catch the foam as it's expanding and not let it just blow all out everywhere. And then I can just unwrap in a few days after it's had time to set up. I can just unwrap the plastic wrap off the end of it, off the outside, do a little trimming if I need to, and then be able to shoot into it again. I don't know. I'm sure it's not going to stop arrows the way that it did originally, because the parts of this target that are not shot out, when you shoot an arrow into it, it's awesome. It's really hard to pull them out. It really stops them. It's a great target, but it's just so wore out. And this target has been left outside its entire life, and I don't necessarily know that it's meant to do that either. But so it's seen some rough days. So we got it wrapped. Take our foam here, pull our little nozzle out, shake it up good. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. We will see. It's been pretty hot last few weeks here, so maybe this stuff will set up pretty quick, and maybe by the end of the weekend, Sunday or so, it's Friday now, maybe by Sunday or so, we will be able to shoot some arrows into this joker. So let's see what it does here. Just poke some random holes in this plastic wrap. Try to get this stuff to fill up everywhere. Whoop. That wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. I don't know what it looks like over here. So be careful, is what I just learned. When you're filling this with the foam, don't have your finger on the little trigger when you're trying to poke it in there. Man, I hope this works. This has been a really good target for me. I've used it a lot. So it would be nice to be able to shoot toward the center again. And we're going to need another can. That one can is not going to be near enough. We still got a huge hole in the inside of this thing. And pretty sure my foam is, yep, one can, not near enough. So we'll pick up a couple more cans, come back, and see what we can do with this thing. Alright guys, this is round 2. So the little can of the GE foam did not go very far. So ran down to Ace. They had the great stuff. So we'll see how it does. I got a big can of it, so this should be enough to finish filling the rest of this target up, I think. So we're just going to work our way around this thing, filling in any little holes we can find here. And it helps if you cut your tip into kind of a point, so it just pushes right through the plastic wrap. I learned that the hard way a minute ago. Let's see how this does. Alright guys, so that should be it. All the cracks, all the real big holes and voids are pretty full. We'll come back and check this probably in a couple of days. And we'll take a hacksaw or something and cut it off fall flush. Just see how it works. Alright guys, so yesterday, we shrink wrapped this bow target, shot some spray foam in it, and so now we're going to cut the plastic wrap off. And I've got this blade, it's a pretty long blade off of an old bow saw, and we're going to try to cut all this excess foam off and sling a few arrows at it and see how it does. I'm just going to take my pocket knife here and cut this plastic off. Let's see what we come up with. I don't really know how well this is going to work. Like I said, I know it's a different kind of foam than what the target itself is actually made out of, but I think it's got to be better than it was. It sure can't be any worse. So, let's see. Alright, we're going to try something different. I'm going to get an oscillating tool maybe. Let's see if we can. This is kind of hard to actually cut it with. Yeah, this is not easy to cut this foam with. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of working. All right, we're going to cut away for a second. You guys see what I'm doing? I'll catch you back up in just a second when we get it cut down. All right, guys, we got most of it cut down. Pretty smooth. Actually, my pocket knife worked better than anything. I just pulled it out and started pulling the foam back and just cutting away. Got it pretty smooth. It's not perfect, but it's just a bow target. It'll work. You can use whatever you got to cut it with. So I'm gonna grab a bow now and just see how it works. We'll probably start off with my diamond edge because it doesn't shoot as fast as my Elite does, and see if it'll stop arrows with that. If it stops them with that pretty good, we'll try the Elite out and see how it does. Alright guys, so I'm gonna back up here at 20 yards and shoot. That's really about the closest I ever practiced. So if it'll stop them at 20 yards, it should be good. I've got my other target set up here behind it so that you can see if they do go through this, they'll hit that. This yellow spot right here was a completely hollowed out hole. Like it goes all the way through to the other side. The hole is actually a lot bigger on this side. But so what we're going to do is we're going to shoot. That's what we're going to aim at, is that yellow spot. We're going to start out with the diamond edge bow. I'm going to run back here and shoot and just leave the camera focused on the target so you guys can see what's going on. And I'll put maybe two 2 or 3 arrows. I put 3 arrows into that yellow spot and see how it does with the diamond edge. Alright guys, so I'm set up at 20 yards right now. Hopefully I can hit that yellow spot with this diamond bow. The arrows, the reason I say that is because the arrows that I shoot out of this are not nearly as good as the arrows that I shoot out of my Elite, and I don't shoot this bow a whole lot either, so that one looks like it hit maybe just above it. It might not have actually even hit the yellow spot that I was aiming at. We'll get a couple in it though. Let's see here. Oh, that one was dead center on the yellow. That was a good one. I haven't shot it all today either, so it's not really helping me a whole lot. Put another one in the yellow. I don't know. They're not going through the target, that's for sure, but they could be sticking out the backside and hitting my bag target. I don't know. There's 2. Looks like pretty close. We'll put. So I'm not sure if that first arrow I shot actually hit the spray foam part or if it hit above it. We'll put another arrow, try to get in that yellow, just to see. I think that puts 3 in the spray foam. Let's go see what it did. Alright guys, so actually all 4 of these arrows just at 20 yards were in the spray foam that I was aiming at. Not a single one of them came out the backside. So the spray foam completely stopped those arrows. So, and the foam's good and dry because it's not wet on my arrows. I just did this yesterday. These 2 arrows are like touching. Heck yeah. All right. So that was in that center spot. Let's turn it around and we'll shoot at this bigger open patch right here where it was a lot more hollowed out. We'll shoot that one with the Elite and see what it does. Alright guys, I have to be really careful with this Elite how I aim because these things are bad about hitting each other. This Elite I'm a lot more accurate with this Elite, which I shoot it a lot more than I am with that diamond. Plus the Elite has a lot better arrows, a lot straighter arrows built for it. That was good. It was dead in the spray foam. Put 2 more in it. Let's see if it stops them. Okay. Another one in the spray foam. One more. That'll kind of give us an idea. There we go. Alright guys, so that's 3 arrows out of the diamond, 3 out of the Elite. So the diamond arrows were nowhere near complete penetrate, like complete pass-throughs, right? At 20 yards. These 2 of them, so 2 of them got pretty good penetration into the spray foam. The first one I shot though, it must have hit a air pocket because it came all the way out the backside, but it exited where there was no spray foam. So I'm guessing it hit a pocket of spray foam up here, and then there's maybe a hollow spot that didn't get spray foamed all the way in or something inside there, because it had no problem punching all the way through the backside. But it didn't stick into my bag target, it doesn't look like, and it did stop the arrow. So I would say I would call that a win. So if you guys are looking for a cheap way to fix your bow targets, saran wrap those jokers, fill them up with spray foam. It'll buy you some more time. I'm not saying it's going to last a long time, you know, because this is not self-filling foam like the bow target is made of. So, I mean, this is going to wear back out. But I guess in that case, you could always just re-spray foam it. Buy you some more time, because, yeah, it leaves an empty hole where that arrow hits, but it worked pretty good. I'm happy with it. Like I said, I know it'll stop some arrows now, at least a little better than before. So, quick tip, if you do get the spray foam all over your hands, so if you go back and watch the video where it kind of blew out on me, I had that stuff all over my hands. I tried rubbing alcohol, fingernail polish remover, I poured gas on a rag, none of that stuff, dish soap, nothing would take that spray foam off my hands. They were super sticky. It was terrible. I sprayed WD-40 on a rag, wiped that on my hands, it pulled it right off. So if you do make a mess of the spray foam, WD-40 is the way to get it off. Maybe this will buy you guys a little more life out of your targets. Thanks. I'll catch you in the next one.